This is the truth about closure, when why it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. This is the problem. See, when you get dumped for no apparent reason, like maybe let's say your boyfriend, your girlfriend terminates the relationship, they say they don't want to be with you anymore. They may be saying things like, it's not you, it's me, or I'm just not feeling it, I need some time away from you, I need time off, I need a break, I need to focus on myself, I need to focus on this or that. And basically the decision is, it catches you by surprise that they want to break up with you. And their explanation or their comments are very brief, and you're like confused. What's going on? What's happening, right? And then you're thinking like, what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? Why are you not with me? Like, that happens to many of us. It has happened to many of us. When I was younger, I also thought like, why isn't she so into me anymore? She never broke up with me, but that girl, she was like, and it sucks when you feel like, I don't know what to do, where, it's like the song, where did I go wrong? I lost stuff. Yeah. So you want to figure out what's going on, and this is the thing. We're going to solve that problem now, and I'm going to tell you why it's not important, okay? The second thing I want you to remember is that when we're dealing with those negative feelings, where this creates self-doubt, meaning our self-esteem is going to decrease, or it's going to wobble, and we don't want to be weak and wobbly. We want to stand strong, right? Like the song says, stand strong. The deal with this is, because if you don't, you're going to be becoming weak, like a weak person in the next relationship and the next, and so on and so on. So it's going to be like, always there's going to be something. There's always going to be something. And since you don't know what it is, you're going to be wondering, I keep messing up. Or they keep playing me. Who likes that, right? No. The negative feelings that they can build up, it comes to a point where, like, one of my friends from the past, long time ago, he said, I think I'm only into men now because women are so difficult. I'm always wrong with them. I mean, when it comes to relationships, it's me who's always wrong, he said. I mean, come on. Breakup to breakup, and then you want to turn gay. But you see how this can create problems with your identity and who you truly are, like who you are inside, and the confidence that you have that you're a catch. And I want to tell you something, like even me, I was like, I'm a great catch. I told myself, I had to look at myself in the mirror, and I was like, I am a great catch. I am a great, I'm this, I'm that, reaffirmation. We need to have that. We need to have those words that we confirm and reaffirm with ourselves that, yeah, we are all that good. And you are all that good. I'm going to tell you why. Because you don't need closure. You don't want to understand what happened, what went wrong. Okay, this is the deal. This is what the real problem is. It is that you feel like you somehow gave too much. Maybe you came on too strong, or maybe you were too laid back and reserved and holding back. So if that's the case, cool. You don't need to ask anybody. I mean, you already know it. You were coming on too strong, or you're coming on too, let's say, what's the word I'm looking for? How would you say that? That attitude, like detached, maybe? Or maybe too... sometimes we do that because we want to protect ourselves. So maybe you're overprotecting yourself, which is a good thing. But I mean, overprotecting yourself is not a good thing at all. See? And I'm going to tell you one thing that's very important here. You got to realize that no matter what, you're always worth a lot. Your value, you cannot think and sell yourself short just because somebody didn't want you in their life. You gotta understand this. Number one, men and women have a choice. Let them choose you as well. You choose them, they choose you. You choose them, now it's up to them to respond to that. If they don't, cool. Why would you want to be with somebody who doesn't like you anyway? Somebody who doesn't want to be with you, somebody who doesn't want to fight for you. When it comes to that, like when I was able to say, I told one of my exes, I said, you know what? I don't want that. And I mean, like, that's not what I want in this relationship. I was very direct and say, what I want is this. And if you cannot give it to me, it's best that we don't carry on. Because even she had already said the same things to me, you know, like she already said that, but she didn't want to break up with me. So sometimes we're not strong enough. Like that particular time, she wasn't strong enough to say, you're not giving me what I want in a relationship, and I'm gonna leave. It's best that we don't see each other again, or we stop seeing each other for a while. We'll see things get better later on, and maybe I want to be with you again. But she wouldn't. And at the time, I didn't know what I know. I didn't know what I know now. So I was like, all right. So, but then we kept going, right? And it created a lot of problems because I was not satisfied. I wasn't sure, and I was questioning myself. We gotta be strong enough to say exactly what we want, give it our best, but let them choose us. I let her choose whether she wanted to try it with me or not. She didn't want to. At that time, I was still learning a lot of things about relationships. So this was the most difficult thing that I think up until that point, the most difficult thing that maybe I'd done. Yeah, like where I didn't want to say goodbye, but hey, I had to accept that she had a choice. And you know what? What do you know? That opens the door for somebody even better. Somebody who actually wants you in their life. That was my case. It's going to be your case. So, key point number 2. You got to accept that, you know, he who has a clean conscience is clean of guilt, really. Like, if your conscience is betraying you, it's because maybe you went wrong. Maybe you said the wrong thing. Maybe you offended them. Maybe you came on too strong. Maybe you came on too, you were lousy, you weren't focused. It's okay. We're not perfect. So sometimes we go through a hard time and own it. Yeah? But if your conscience is betraying you, your conscience is telling you, giving you pointers like, yeah, you messed up. All you need to do is just sit back and look back and think, yeah, think about it. You already know it. You already know it. So trust your conscience. But if you feel like I didn't do anything wrong and they won't tell me, hey, why would you want to be talking to somebody who can't even tell you, hey, this is where you're messing up. My love for you, my attraction for you is not there anymore because you've done this and that, or you're doing those things and that is not very cool. They can't communicate with you. They can do it. If they can communicate, why would you want to be with them? Do you think that when they were into you and they couldn't tell you what was wrong, like where you maybe turned them off? Do you think that now they can do that? Now that they've broken up with you? They cannot. So you gotta realize that. It's like insane. You know, hey, do you love me? Yeah. What's wrong with me? Nothing. It's all good. Hey, do you love me? No, not now. Why? They're not gonna tell you. Yeah, so it's just gotta realize that it is you. Now, point number 3 is, remember that you can only get better. Like, if you made a mistake, okay, you made a mistake, so what? We all make mistakes. And if your former partner now is feeling like maybe you're too much to handle, okay, that's cool. That person isn't for you. That's why they left. So you gotta be grateful to them and say to yourself, like, I'm happy that this happened because now I know what kind of person can handle me. Now I know what kind of person I want. And if you also, let's say, you know that you gave it your best, then just be satisfied with that. You can't force a relationship. You don't need closure. What you need is realize that if your conscience is telling you where you went wrong, just listen to it and see what you can learn from it. And then when the next relationship, the next person comes around in your life, just don't repeat the same kind of things, that you feel like you went wrong. But it's very important that you realize that you're a catch. You deserve it, If you're honest, you're faithful, you're honest, faithful, you don't cheat on them, you communicate well, or you're trying to get better every time, you are becoming a great catch. That's exactly what I say. That's what I tell all my clients. This is the story of one woman, where she felt like she deserved nothing but just work hard and support her children, but she wanted love, romance, and satisfaction in her life, but not in that relationship. So what she do? I help her basically trust herself, build herself up. Self-esteem is higher. And then she began looking beautiful, more attractive, and prettier, to the point where she got people she didn't even know. They were asking, they were reaching out to her online. There is this girl that I told her, you need to do this and this and this and that. And now, one day, she had a boyfriend, but sometimes she'd be out, at the mall by herself. And all of a sudden, a very wealthy man would come up to her and say, hey, I'd love to take you out for dinner one of these days. And you know what? She wouldn't give in. She would like, sorry, no, thank you. You know, because before she didn't have that confidence. She didn't feel like she was beautiful, but now she was feeling beautiful. She was feeling powerful as a person. So she was attracting men that in the past you wouldn't. It's the same thing's gonna happen to you, right? So I hope you found this of value. You like it, share it, click the button there, share with your friends, share with those who need it. Subscribe to my channel, support. That's the only way you can support me here. And if you really need my help to save your relationship from breakup, from divorce, you go to my website and you'll find, you're not Google relationships.coachalexjara.com, and I'll help you have love, romance, and satisfaction again.